Hi and welcome. Thank you for joining me on this Monday for our restorative practice. As you know, if you're with me often, I'm in a different place and we're not live together on Zoom. We've had another outbreak of violence here in the city of Chicago where I live, and so we won't be in the city tonight, but I didn't want you to be without your practice, so I'm recording it here this afternoon and posting it for you to enjoy this evening. This is Calm with Kate. What started as a way for me to connect to my yoga students once our studio closed due to the pandemic has become a really beautiful community of people coming together from all over in the United States and outside and through different parts of my life and different connections through each other. Believing that what we do here, the time we spend on our mats, this internal work is valuable. A way of discovering ourselves on a deeper level, understanding ourselves, healing ourselves, and then building a deeper connection with the world outside. Tonight we focus on this inside practice. Tonight we focus on soothing, on grounding, on calming, and releasing the busyness of the head and the mind chatter. Moving into an embodied experience of the practice through breath techniques, through gentle movement, through kriya, and through a nice long shavasana. I invite you to come into your practice this evening with some pillows and blankets and props, whatever makes you feel most comfortable and supported. And we'll start down on your back in shavasana. As you make your way down, I invite you to move items out of your way, give yourself some space, reclining down heavily onto your spine. Press the knuckles down to the ceiling and the skull heavy into the earth, inviting yourself right away to take up some space, to soften and melt heavy down into your yoga mat or wherever you find yourself. Allow the earth below you to take you in. Give yourself an opportunity to arrive here and now. Begin, even in this first moment or two, with a few breaths of searching within. Inviting in the question, what is most important now? And seeing what arises. As you offer yourself right away some quiet, contemplative, reflective moments. Observing what comes up, if thoughts are arising, if stories are being told. If you find yourself running into a past experience, ruminating again and again on something from the past, or whether anxiety is pulling you into the future. And just observing in these few moments where you are and how you can bring yourself the most fully into your body and into this moment. I'll invite us as we begin to explore a three-part breath called Dirga Pranayama. Dirga meaning complete. A complete and full inhale and exhale, where we'll explore three different compartments in the body. First, the low belly, pelvis. Second, the wide ribs and lungs. And third, the upper chest, collarbones, and sternum. And I'll invite you in together as we experience this breath. So emptying out whatever is in your inhale and a long, smooth exhale here. Take your hands onto your hip creases. And breathe in through your nose, filling up your low belly. Pause here. Observe how your hip creases open up, the belly gently pushing forward, moving around internal organs, feeling deep and low. Navel rising and widening open to the ceiling. And softly exhale that breath. Do that 2 more times. Trying to fill the hands with breath. Inhale through the nose. Pause with a wide, low belly. Expanded, open, ballooned to the ceiling. And then exhale, soften. One more time together. Breathe in slowly. Filling low belly and pausing. And then exhaling out your mouth. Good. Draw your hands a little higher up onto your side ribs. The side of your lungs here. Begin to fill up, inhaling and filling low belly. And then beginning to widen into the side ribs and lungs. Pause here. Observe the lateral movement, the side to side movement of breath. Expanding of the lungs. And then exhale slowly, allowing lungs and ribs to close together. Low belly to empty out. 2 more times, fill up low belly first, inhale. And then into side ribs and widening through middle trunk and torso, pause. Observe just a little bit more full and complete breath in. And then exhale, emptying slowly, releasing, arriving in this moment in time, closing everything in. 3rd time for the 2-part breath. Inhale through low belly. Into side ribs, observing if maybe a widening is happening across low back as well. And slowly exhale, long and smooth through the mouth. Good. And now into 3 parts. Breathe in through the nose. Inhale, low belly. Continue breathing into wide side ribs. And continue breathing in until you fill upper torso, upper sternum, and collarbones. Pause here. Feeling filled up like a drum, entire trunk from below your larynx all the way down into your pelvic girdle, full of air, expanded. Now exhale from top to bottom, like an elevator coming from the top floor and lowering, scanning through the body as it comes through side ribs, lungs, down into pelvis and low back. 2 more times now, your timing to experience this full and complete 3-part breath. Inhale, low, middle, top, pause. Exhale, releasing from the top, down through the middle, and all the way down into low belly. On this 3rd one, if you haven't already, I invite you to experience this feeling of an elevator, scanning with the hands as you breathe. Hands on top of low belly, inhale, fill up. Hands move and scan as you fill up slowly through low ribs and widen into low back. Keep drawing air up into ribs, lungs, heart, sternum, collarbones, pause. Hands are up by the tops of your collarbones here. You're full and wide with breath. Now slowly begin to exhale, blow the air to the ceiling as your hands start to slide down like an elevator going down. Hands moving through heart, lungs, ribs, low navel, belly, and release. Good, drop hands to sides, inhaling and exhaling normally here. Observing the change of energy in the subtle body if possible. Noticing how you're a little bit more open, released, and ready to receive here. Good. Calling in your intention right now to simply be in the body for our next bit of time together. Good. Now slowly blinking the eyes open if they're closed, just bringing awareness into the body in a natural and easy way. Begin to flex your toes towards your feet. Good. So feeling toes pressing toward the face will ignite the calves into the earth. Squeeze as you feel the kneecaps lift off the ground and keep squeezing. Squeeze up into the legs, squeeze into the glutes so you're popped up off of the mat a little bit now. Right, the entire leg, posterior chain of the body from the heels all the way to the glutes engaged and warming. You're still squeezing and breathing. Breath is coming in and out. Toes are toward the face, engaged and warming through the legs while still remaining pretty still here. Breathe in. Stay engaged, breathe out. We'll take 2 more breaths like that. Inhale. Everything is squeezed and lifted. Booty might be starting to tremble. Legs might be talking to you. Good. You've got 1 more round of breath like that. Exhale, release. Let everything totally disengage, unclench, soften around kneecaps. Feeling muscles pulling away from bones, heavier into ground and earth. Good. Engaging and releasing muscle progressively here to encourage relaxation and openness. Good. Now starting with upper body, take your hands, both of your hands, and clench them into fists. Squeeze your hands into the fist. Lift and hover your arms 3 inches off the earth. Continue the squeeze and engagement up into your forearms, up into your biceps. Maybe your fists start to draw a little closer down towards your feet as you feel ignited here, strong. Keep breathing in, breathing out. Upper body strong from fist into forearms, into biceps, trembling and growing. Off of the earth, away from body, not resting on anything, warming here. Inhale and exhale. Good. 1 more like that. Breathe in and breathe out. Soften now the hands to the ground. Release the fist. Observe in this moment what is released. What is warmer and smoother? Where is the air flowing more freely? Good. And now 1 by 1, bring knees into chest. Good. Squeezing your knees into your chest. Option to take your hands on top of your shin bones here and just manipulate your legs into small circles. Dynamically opening up the hips. Same idea. Allowing your hands to softly help and encourage the movement, but without forcing or shoving anything. Good. You'll feel yourself open the knees softly, widely to the side. Mild hip opener, and then bringing them around in a circle, knees drawing a circle around by your shoulders, maybe kissing in the middle, and then opening wide again. So nice big circles through the hips, meeting in the middle, ankles and knees, and then taking the other direction. Good. So wherever you were, opposite direction. Now ankles and knees touch, open wide to the side, and then come back and seal together. Good. We've got 2 more of these. Nice. As always, when we're moving here, we'll explore several kriyas in the class. Kriya, any kind of repeated exercise designed to change the energy in the body. And this movement here, we're starting to observe what's happening mentally, right? Are we having some sort of a feeling of aversion or attraction to this movement, right? I don't like this or I do like that. And how does the body respond when we remain in motion for a little while, telling you to stop, telling you to get away from something that doesn't feel right or good or comfortable? Just observing our own responses to triggers. Good. Now release those feet up to the ceiling, widen out slightly for your happy baby. Option here to hold on to the outside edges, the pinky toe side edges of your feet, and gently rock side to side. If the feet are far away here, option to just take your elbow underneath your knee. So the soft part of your elbow is touching the back of your knee. And if you do that on both sides, you may be able to hold on to opposite hands or wrists and just let the calf drape down. Know that you're going to be experiencing this little bit of closure in the hip socket. And that we know that joints don't stretch. Our work is to move and manipulate the tissue, the connective tissue around through subtle movement, through breath work, and never to force a joint to move where it doesn't belong, even if that's just closed really tightly. Good. Start to slowly roll your way up now to a seat here, yogis, where we'll meet to the top of your mat. Moving into what we call Vajrapadrasana here. The right heel bone is making its way into the middle of the body, right along my inner pubic bone. And now my left knee is bent, left heel behind, left sole of the foot toward the sky. Excellent. So we're working toward grounding in both of our hip creases. Soften that left hip down. Excellent. Where you are, take a deep breath in and a soft, relaxed breath out. Finding grounding even in this opening here might start to create some changes and challenges in the hips. As always, breathe into what's possible, adjust where you need to. If knees are bothering you, certainly the left knee especially, option to open up that left leg totally. We'll be doing that together, all of us, in a few moments. But wherever we are right now, finding that stillness and the softness in the body, take the right hand behind you and tense the fingers to the earth. Good. Open up through the heart here. Feel the stretch all the way down the right hand, from the right finger pads into the bicep, into the forearm, just as we did before, but growing tall, yeah? Tall out of the crown and heavy into the ground. Nice. Now inhale your left arm up to the sky. Just start by stretching. Notice what happens when you stretch up and away, releasing out of the shoulder girdle a little bit. Yeah. Can you still feel proud through the heart? This is a mild twist, but we're going to feel it in lots of different places. So breathe in. Exhale, cross that left hand over to hold on the top of the right knee. Good. Pause right here and let's enjoy the twist. Inhale to grow tall. Exhale to just send your nose over the right shoulder. Yeah, stretching now into the left side of the neck, into the scalenes, the muscles down along the side of our neck that we use a lot during the day, looking down at our computers, working down, looking down a lot, our phones, right? Stay here, continuing to feel this gentle twist as the left lung starts to wrap around toward the right. And now keeping the body shape, let's just move the head and open up the neck. So keeping the chin level, gaze forward and over left shoulder. Back to center and over right shoulder. Yeah, back to center, to the left. Notice that I'm using my entire head for the gaze here instead of just trying to move my eyes, right? Swiveling here, right and left. Very good. Neck needs a lot of gentle action and attention. So many muscles connected all the way down into our shoulders that are carrying so much of our anxiety and burdens right now. Good. Level out that chin here. Take a moment to breathe in tall and you exhale to lean softly away. Open your right hip crease up to the sky a little bit. See how there's a little pocket of air possible in that hip. Yeah, notice how you're still grounded. You're just opening up, strengthening across the collarbones and sternum, and peeling a little light into the right hip crease. Very good. Now stay firm, holding onto the left hand onto the kneecap. Inhale the right arm up. Good. Now we're just reaching with the right arm, staying crisscrossed here. Breathe in. On the exhale, right fingertips are going to touch left shoulder blade. Very good. Left shoulder blade open. You feel this in the tricep stretch, right? That bent elbow, feeling that warmth here. Tapping the left shoulder blade. Start to lean your skull into your right bicep, right forearm rather. Yeah, it should naturally just kind of lean back there and feel good. Nice and warm. Breathe in. Maybe on your exhale, you can tilt a little over to your left. Excellent. Knowing that this is a side stretch directly to the side, not leaning further back and away from your bent right knee. Yeah. So inhale for a flat right elbow to sky. Exhale, just leaning a touch to the left. Very good. In restorative classes, we use breath and time to remain in poses a little longer than we do in some other practices. Observing how we can use our breath to flush through in this practice, in this pose rather in particular, right hip crease, all around the glute med, all the connective tissue around the low back on the right side. Opening up that right stretch through the intercostal muscles. Excellent. Stay for another round of breath right here. Really good. Inhale the right arm up and exhale, set it down. Now, if you're not already there, extend the left leg straight out forward. Good. So left leg is straight and to the diagonal. Excellent. So what we're moving toward right here is our forehead toward knee pose, Janu Shirsasana. I'm going to take my pillow and immediately land it on top of the entire left leg. As I do, I can also use this pillow, double it over, hold on to it, hug it, whatever feels right. Breathe in to find grounding. Exhale to start to lay the heart forward. Any amount. Stretching toward that left big toe. Very good. Continuing to breathe in here, opening across the low back, experiencing widening across that space. If you were here last week, some of these asanas may feel a little bit more open now as the body remembers. And we find our way week to week into perhaps a deeper expression of the pose. And if not physically a deeper expression, a deeper understanding mentally of what the pose is asking of you, and how over time this surrender is possible, letting go of expectations of yourself, of the practice, of your body, and being with what is here for 2 more breaths. Good. Softly rise up. Final iteration of this particular section here, right shin stays right where it is. Left shin's going to land right on top in a double pigeon pose here. So shin on shin. If already you're feeling some tension in the hip creases, doesn't feel good to this left hip crease in particular, please take that pillow, tuck it in between and set back down. Good. Again, a lot of hip openers in our slow grounding flow this evening. An opportunity to really sit and ground into present moment awareness and experience. Feel all that is meant to be felt, knowing you are vast enough for all the good, all the perceived joy, and all of the sorrow and anxiety. We are here to witness it and to understand better how to deal. Breathe and grow tall. Exhale, melt forward. Maybe you melt forward just an inch or two, the crown of your head yearning forward, the chin tucking slightly down. Good. If there's more space for you here, that's possible. Hands could move away from hip creases and go straight into the ground, tenting all 10 fingers. Right. As those fingers tent the earth, you can crawl even an inch or two forward, sliding the palms. Maybe forearms start to land down. Perhaps another cushion underneath the chest, if it's available to you. Always supported here. Always reminding yourself that the deepest expression of the pose is never the goal for us. The deepest expression of self is what we're looking for. How can I learn the most from this moment? Yogi's very good. Please come up slowly. Good. Extend left leg long, extend right leg long. Tuck the knees down into the ground, bowing them one by one. Yes. Releasing, softening, finding grounding, as we'll now take the other side and explore these poses here. Again, seeing what might be different and observing those changes. So the right foot's gonna go behind, right sole of the foot exposed to sky. Left heel coming in into the pubis bone. Good. And right away observing, am I leaning away over to the left off of this right glute cheek? If so, perhaps I could maybe support myself a little better. Take a pillow underneath my left side so I can just gently lean a little bit more into grounding here. Good. Is the right knee comfortable? Can I remain here for a little bit of time? Once I find this, left hand tense behind, all 5 fingers tent down to the earth. Open up through the heart and chest. Breathe in. Soft breath out. Good. Notice what you feel behind your body and the supported structure you created with those fingers. Fingers tenting the earth, warmth through the forearms, strength and support open through the chest. Reach the right arm up, please. Stretch tall. Good. Observe again a little bit of widening, some more space between your low hip creases and your lowest floating rib. Growing tall and opening up here. Inhale. As you exhale, cross over. Tap on top of the left kneecap and just hold here a moment. Already the body is encouraged to start that twist, so begin to honor that by growing tall through the inhale and twisting over to the left on your exhale. Now the left side of your body that just did all those stretches might feel warmer around the sides of the hips here and into the low back. Good. You're gazing over the back left shoulder here, keeping the chin level. Begin to gaze forward and over right shoulder. And then center and over left shoulder. Right. This gentle, slow movement, head on a swivel, feeling free to stop in any place that feels tight or sore. It could use another cycle of breath. Right. And ending with the chin back and level, start to lean away from your left knee, peeling open that space in the left hip crease, yeah? Feeling the wrapping muscles of the connective fascia around here, softly stretching like tapping. Opening up your heart, softening your shoulders away from your ears as this asana grows just a little more interesting here. What can you offer up to the ceiling in this pose? Is there more space, more light available here on left side? Trusting that the grounding of right palm to left knee is enough and you can use it and lean away from it. Right. Coming back up a little bit here to a level position. Nice. And then inhaling the left arm up. Exhaling, bend the elbow, tap right shoulder blade. Holding just to tap here a moment or two. Breathe in. And now this time we tilt over to the right. Again, exploring just a couple different variations of this asana today. So the skull starts to lean back into that left forearm, and you feel the opening in the tricep in the left side. All of our shoulder issues that we've been having, right? Starting to explore and open these sides. As you inhale, you're reaching the left elbow up to the ceiling, and as you exhale, tipping over to your right, opening, expanding all the way through, yawning this whole left side flank of the body, open to light and space. And again, we remain here, leaning left and not backwards, not losing our grounding, and seeing what's possible for another couple breaths. Very good. Continue the inner work as you lift up. Lift left arm up, soften down. Extend right leg out and forward in front of you. Left inner sole is still on that right inner leg line, so it feels kind of like a tree pose. And now I'm using my pillow to set it right on top of the right leg. Good. Growing tall, hands to hip creases, just a suggestion for grounding. Breathe in, exhale, tilt forward. Right away when I tilt forward, lower belly and abs press into my pillow that I'm using, and that feels nice. I'm trying to search for that supportive feeling as I continue to explore what's possible here. Breathing in, getting longer out of the crown, like a little unicorn horn, and exhaling and allowing earth to draw me just a gentle bit further. See if there are any messages coming from your low back here. Nothing twingy or pins and needles feeling, nothing like that, but maybe a little bit more spreading of breath, warming of body and muscles. Hands could move away from hips if you like and come to opposite of your leg as you slowly mount forward. Good. Rising up slowly, moving pillow out slowly, taking both legs forward, kicking the ground, releasing through the kneecaps. Good. Crisscross at the ankles, coming forward, pressing into the palms, and moving straight away into downward facing dog. Pressing the feet into the ground one by one, cha-chaing out through the hips. Exactly. Finding just a little bit of grounding here before we return all the way down onto your spines. Pressing one foot into the ground at a time, releasing head and neck, lifting hip creases up, breathe in. Offer heart down closer to thigh bones, breathing out. Good. Pressing the left foot down, inhale the right leg up, but listen, bend the right heel straight into the glute. Good. So now with that heel sealed into the glute, the hamstring is going to get a little extra stretch here as we take tiny lifts to the ceiling, pressing heel to sky, heel to sky. 5, 4, good. 3, 2, and 1. Now step the foot all the way through between the palms, top of mat. Excellent. Take a moment here to tent into the finger pads. Lift the heart up and through. Good. So right foot is right out by the right hand here, a little bit further to the right so that the low belly can drop down into the space here. Widen into the left hip crease. Melt it down to the mat. Breathe in. On the exhale, spin the left foot down so the feet look like warrior 2. Left foot parallel to the back of the mat, right foot exactly as it is. Good. Now hands climb forward like downward facing dog. Perfect. Breathe in here. Exhale, bow your head. Feeling this down dog warrior 2 variation, open up the right hip. Soften, release head and neck over the next breath or so. Your entire skull dropping between your forearms, sealing into your feet, allowing the steadiness of your feet to feel really strong. You can trust yourself in this moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Inhale. Now go a quarter turn to the left. Both feet now facing the same direction, pointing forward. Hands are down to the ground. This is Prasarita, a wide-legged hold. Take the left hand directly underneath your face. If the earth is far away, return to your pillow or bolster so you can set your hand on something below. Left hand under face, right arm to sky. Breathe open and twist. Inner leg line firing and opening, melting the left hip in toward the midline here. Good. Pouring out through the left ear, softening down, breath in, and breath out. You can stay right here on this inhale or take the right hand behind you, just to the back of the small of the back. Let the forearm touch the small of your back and see if your pinky finger can hook into the hip crease for a half bind. Good. Breathing in and melting out. Look down to the left hand, reach the right arm up, and come to your prasarita or your forward fold. Now a quarter turn toward the back of the mat, and we've got the same things happening. So take your hands down to the ground. The left foot now is right by the left hand. Inhale, stretch your heart up and forward, gaze up if possible. Pressing the right hip bone down toward the earth. Standing high on the right bone mound. Breathe in and out. Good, now we're moving back the way we came. So right foot's gonna seal down. Left foot stays exactly where it is. Hands crawl over to the right side of the mat. Breathe in. Exhale, bow. Release the head down between the forearms. Feel the stretch on the inner leg lines, the stability down below. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more round like that. Inhale. Exhale. Use your hands to turn yourself back to the middle of the mat, back to the wide-legged forward fold. This time we'll twist toward the back, so the right hand directly under the face, on the ground, on your pillow, whatever works best. The left arm spins open as you open toward the back of your mat here. Right inner thigh all the way down to right inner arch, experiencing a nice warming here. Also, of course, twisting, rinsing, detoxifying from the trunk. Opening that right ear and allowing it to soften just a bit. Staying right here with left arm to side or reaching around for that half bind, seeing can the pinky finger find the hip crease or even squeeze onto the leg. Good. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, back into your prasarita, the wide fold. Crawl back forward to the top of your mat, please. And then step both feet together, hang forward, forward fold. Let the belly smash into the thighs here. Feel totally released through upper head. You can shake it yes and no. Good. Keeping the legs bent now, start to slide the hands up, moving into a chair pose, low sit. Not here long, we just want to find a little warmth in the legs. So arms can reach directly forward, booty can go directly back. Good. Thumbs toward the sky, sitting in your lowest chair possible, all 10 of your toes going forward. Hips are working, legs are working. You're going to sit right down in 4, 3, lowering in 2, and in 1. Crisscross at the ankles if you like. Come to your seat. Beautiful. Seal your feet together. Butterfly pose. Baddha Konasana. Hands down to hold onto the ankles. Breathe as you stretch your heart up and through. Inhale. Cow pose. Belly, throat, gaze. Exhale, cat. So peeling the navel toward the spine. Round curl. Pop your chest up and open. Tip your chin in. Good. Let's continue. Inhale, cow pose. So let the pelvis rock forward. Stretch your belly, stretch your heart. Gaze up. Then reverse the movement from the middle. Pull back, belly. Tilt, chin tucks, gazes down. Yeah, a couple more here. Inhale up. Exhale down. Nice. Inhale up. Exhale down. Nice. Inhale back up to center now. Listen here. Zip up your legs, closing them all the way together. Excellent. As you start to move your feet a little bit forward toward the top of the mat into a bridge-like shape, take your hands and send them behind you. Fingers go toward the back of the mat, kind of like you're reclining on a sunny day. So begin by opening up your heart and pressing it through. Get that nice stretch in the shoulders. And then you can soften and release that. Good. So the shoulders are now squeezed softly in and the shoulder blades are apart. And then open up. Imagine you're kissing elbows together behind your back. Support your throat and come on back. Good. Find a neutral ground, proud and tall here. Now chest is up. Keep left foot where it is. Extend right leg long and take it up and over. For your figure 4 variation today, we're seated. Good. So some of you, this might feel exactly where you belong. Others of you, palms start to walk themselves closer to your glutes, almost till you're exactly behind yourself. All right. If this still doesn't feel like enough, pulling the left foot closer and see if you can find that place where your chest is moving closer to your shin bone. Flexing through right foot, pausing and breathing, aware of everything that is open, allowing breath to flood these places to remain being in the pose. Heart is open, throat is gently exposed, vulnerability and trust. Knowing that in a pose or an asana that feels a little uncertain, you're still okay. One more breath in. And one more breath out. Good. Wiggle, walk your left foot to the right side of the mat. Start to walk it over and then plant your left. Yeah, so now you see how you're in a little bit of a twist. The right knee's up top. Good. We're going to continue this twist here. Take the right hand behind you. Tent the fingers as we've done before. Inhale, left arm up. So this time, that left arm is going to slide all the way across like a seat belt on the inside of this leg. Start to open up your heart and soften your right shoulder. If it feels okay to you, this left hand can hold on to the foot that it's closest to. And then use that as continued traction to move. You could use your right hand if you like and see if you can find a half bind. Some of you might be able to find the other heel. That's not here for me today, and in fact changes the pose too dramatically. So I'm staying right where I am in this half bind, experiencing widening, opening, and stretch. Good. 2 more breaths here. Really nice focus. Beautiful. Coming back through center, self-assist if you like to bring that right leg up and over and back into our neutral pose where the feet are down and the knees are to sky. Hands are going to go behind you. Widen out the feet to the width of your mat and kiss your knees together and open and close just a couple times. Flushing out and breathing as you do. Good. Walking back into bridge, opening up through heart. Sending the left leg forward and then left leg up and over. Figure 4 seated here. Again, options to move this. If this is tight already, wiggle the right foot closer to the mat. You can even take it all the way down to earth, right? If you'd like a little bit more, hands walk their way closer to the back of the small of your back and the back of your sit bones. You can also walk right heel bone closer in. Listening really intently to your own body as it experiences these nice big stretches of the long muscles in the body. Where is the mind right now? If you ask yourself, what's important now? Are you still here? And now wiggle walk that right foot over to the left corner of the mat and use the entire shape to just drop. So left heel drops, left knee to sky, and you're in your twisted position here. Left hand tense behind your back, right arm slides up to the ceiling. Breathe in. And then as you exhale, like a seatbelt, the whole arm comes across. Using this as a twisting point, use the back of your arm against your knee to grow tall, breathe in, and twist, exhale. Right hand can hold on to the foot that's right nearby, holding on to the whole foot, or peace fingers around the big toe. Continuing to feel this wrapping like a corkscrew on the inside of your body, twisting and twisting, like squeezing a dish rag. So that when you unsqueeze in a moment or two here, so much is loosened. Option for that left hand to come to take that half bind. Good work. Carefully, slowly untangle, self-assist yourself back out. Good. And now simply extend the legs one by one forward to top of mat. Good. You can press the knees one by one into the earth. Lift your heart up into the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, pulling from low belly first. Start to come down and start to recline all the way down onto your spine. Nice. As the back of your skull hits the earth, widen your feet out, wider than the mat. Send the knuckles down to earth. Release and unclench your jaw completely. Soften between your eyes. Become aware again of the full and complete breath that is possible for you. Sending soothing, nurturing breath into low belly. Observing movement lift through and widen across ribs, lungs, and heart. Feeling expansion even into collarbones, sternum, upper chest. And every exhale, an invitation to let everything fall, be gathered in, and return to yourself. Offering yourself in this Shavasana a few moments of quiet. Perhaps asking the question internally, what is here now? Doing our very best not to follow a storyline of what we're worried about in the future. Or to return to this hamster wheel of the same thought, experience, or emotion from the past. But to recognize that neither of those live now. Now you are soft, you are open. Recall what feels like being taken care of. Observe the ease of body now. Begin to open your mouth and soften your jaw. Letting the belly rise and fall without vanity. The lowest breath, the middle breath, the high breath. All working silently throughout your life and for your highest good. Before you bring movement into the body, asking yourself, how do I want to show up for the next moment of my life? Beginning as you're ready to awaken, moving fingers and toes, twisting through wrists and ankles, taking that morning stretch where arms reach way behind you and heels stretch forward. Deep inhale as you grow to the length of your frame. Exhale into fetal pose, right or left side, tucking the knees in. Just as final Shavasana marks the death of the practice, or corpse pose, fetal pose marks the beginning of your life off of the mat and the lessons that you take along with you to continue your growth. Come on up to an easy seat as you're ready. Sukhasana. Sukha means ease. So finding ease, even if it isn't exactly in the way I'm seated, finding ease in a seat. And then bringing thumbs together into your heart, eyes to close. Being with breath as it keeps you buoyant and surviving every moment. Breathing in, breathing out. Thumbs come into the place between your eyebrows. Bowing forward to seal this practice, honoring this moment and each other. Namaste. Yoga Tribe, it's wonderful to be with you. Thank you for being here in this different version. I hope to be back with you, of course, live on Monday night. Continue to check out Kate Yoga Ryan for all my other offerings of meditation and yoga. Monday nights, restorative. Another surprise vinyasa throughout the week. Sunday nights, we meditate together. And thanks for being here. Kate Yoga Ryan, if you'd like to support financially to continue our offerings. And I wish you peace in whatever city that you're in and lots of love. Thanks.